Welcome
Hello,
to Bright Horizons with
Deb and the one and
Jim.
only Jim Chiappi. Hello, everybody, and we're back.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas.
Happy Thanksgiving. Can you believe we're over Thanksgiving already? And Christmas is just around the corner.
Yes. And then
Voila,
our
voila.
fourth anniversary will be coming up for the show.
Jim, I thought about that. Go figure. That's how a blink of an eye. What in the world?
I can't believe
4 years
4 years.
of doing our show. Amen to that. I just love it. It gets better all the time.
Yes.
It really does. And of course, we'll have reruns and whatnot playing as they're fun to watch always. They bring
We have
back our wonderful memories.
yes, we have some birthdays today.
Okay, let's shake it away.
Good friend of mine, Paul Noble. Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul.
And then tomorrow is Pam Seals.
Pam Seals. Happy birthday, Pam.
And also Dan Igo is tomorrow and Beth Paparone. It's a big day for birthdays. Roseanne Guptill.
Roseanne, that's right. Happy birthday, Roseanne.
Yes. And then
All
the day
right.
after that is Andrew Noble. Happy birthday, Andrew.
Happy birthday.
And Glenn Mitchell. And then Lambert Johnson. And another friend of mine a couple of days later is Terry Hall. Happy birthday, Terry.
Happy birthday, Terry. Happy birthday to you all.
And our dear, dear, dear Judy Sexton.
Judy, happy birthday. Yes, indeed.
She's been one of our viewers from the very beginning.
Yes, and we adore you, Judy.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you more than you know. In fact, I saw you on Facebook. God bless you. Toys for Tots, all that you do, Judy, and
Yes.
Pam, all of you with Illustrated Properties. You're just a blessing beyond a blessing.
Yes, we thank Judy and Pam for all during the year they raise
They
funds and
do.
money for charities, especially
Guys,
children.
yeah, and the Toys for Tots is so important. So you
Yeah.
guys, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
And you have so much fun with those beautiful smiles on your face while you're doing it, and that means more than you'll know.
Yes. And then Andrea Albertini had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to recognize her because she was a guest on our show also.
Yes, Andrea, of course.
And I just really enjoy her so much. She posts a lot on Facebook, and it's always interesting, her posts. So we want to wish Andrea a happy birthday.
Andrea, happy birthday. Mwah.
Yes.
Mwah.
And keeping with the season, our topic is "'Tis the season to be jolly." La 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 la.
'Tis the season to be jolly. The holidays, as quickly as they come and as quickly as they go, it's not always pleasant for a lot of folks. Let's face it, we have a lot of unfortunate circumstances, loss of loved ones, and sad times. But we're just, going to make it bright for everybody. And
well, look at the tree behind you makes it bright.
Yeah.
Everyone watching the show.
I was telling Jim that the tree behind me is my tree that I decorate every year. And it takes me like 3 days. And I put everything under the sun. I mean, flowers, you name it, everything. And it's just about the ambiance and making it very, very appropriate. Just a feel good type of a situation.
Beautiful tree.
Yeah. And
there's not even an available spot to hang anything else.
Oh, I usually do everything right after Thanksgiving, but I'm doing everything this year a little bit later. That's okay. Little by little, things are getting done.
Does Greg help you decorate that tree?
Oh yeah, he's the one who puts it up. It's one of those flip top trees that it's pre-lit, and I do all the flowers because I have a certain way of doing things. And God bless my husband; he's wonderful, but he would just like throw, just like, but he does. He has a tremendous help, and we do it together. So yeah, it takes a while, but it's worth it. Labor of love, right?
It's gorgeous. It's just magnificent.
I love the red and the gold. I love all that. I mean, there's just so many magnificent colors that you could use. Blues, whites.
I think it rivals the Rockefeller Center tree this year. Your tree rivals the Rockefeller Center tree.
I don't know about bigness, but yeah. I was watching that. Now you just got back from New York, so
I was here when they lit the tree.
When they lit the tree. So you were there.
Here,
okay.
No, in Florida.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You're all over the place. It's hard to, Jim and I will text each other, whatever. But yeah, I'll tell you, and the weather was amazing. I mean, in New York, as you were saying, 20, 30 degrees. Burr. We're lucky enough to have the gorgeous cold weather here. Well, cold for us, 50s, 60s. To me, That's like being up north in the 20-degree weather. So,
I don't remember if I ever mentioned the Italian Christmas character. Her name is La Befana. Did we discuss that one before?
I don't believe
They,
so. No.
they don't really, their tradition didn't really have Santa Claus, naturally, because it's a Southern European country. So the tradition started, and this is celebrated at the Epiphany, January 5th, the night before the Epiphany, on January 6th. And that's the night, as we all know, the three kings visited Jesus after his birth.
Yes.
But the story goes, I just wanted to relay the story about La Befana. It's a woman. She was a housekeeper, and the three kings are on their way looking for the Christ child, and they come across her home asking for directions, but she doesn't really know exactly what directions to give. So she invites them in. She sees that they're weary, feeds them, and has them stay there that night. And then they say, "Would you like to join us on our quest to see the Christ child?" And she said, "Well, I'm sorry, but I cannot do it. I have to work today, and I'm cleaning."
Right.
So after they leave, she's cleaning, and she regrets that she didn't go with them to see the Christ child. So she takes it upon herself to visit every child, hoping that she'll visit the Christ child. And that's how the tradition developed. Every year she comes to people's homes in Italy, and she leaves gifts, hoping that she'll be leaving the gift for the Christ child.
What a beautiful,
it's a wonderful story.
It really is.
I wanted to share it. Now, if the children are bad, she leaves either coal, like Santa Claus does, or an onion or garlic.
Oh, well, we're going to say there's not a whole lot of bad kids. They're all good, okay?
That's right.
No one deserves coal, onion, and garlic in their little stockings.
But I wanted to mention that story also because we were talking about sometimes there could be sadness or regrets at the holiday season.
Yes.
But La Befana turned it around. She could have regretted not seeing the Christ child, but she took a positive step, and she tries to visit all the children to make sure that she's visiting the Christ child. So it's inspirational that maybe if we're a little bit down or we're having a little difficulty over the holiday, try to take the focus away from ourselves, and what we're experiencing, and maybe focus upon a loved one, a dear friend, because you might be improving their life just by that contact you have with them.
I love that. That is really a beautiful, beautiful story, and a lot of times, I've been speaking to people that it's unfortunate now is lately a couple of dear friends of ours that have had some unfortunate circumstances, and as tough as it is, you pray and you get through it together. But the holidays are fast approaching, and it's what's in your heart and who you have in your life, your family, your friends, and the beautiful story you just spoke about, Jim. It's important to remember that the culture of the holidays is not just Christmas. It's the giving, the spirit that you are as a person, and often your mindset and how you want to deal with it, because you'll always have those beautiful memories no matter what. And it's a shame, and it has what we call life, but get through these holidays and be as cheerful as we can for one another. And there's a lot of awkwardness as we gather together when there's moments like that, because, it's almost like there's an elephant in the room. You want to go, wow, shake it off. But, I was telling a very dear friend of mine who she's lost her mom now. It's been 3 years. And she says, Deb, Christmas it's just not the same. And I said, I can imagine, but what she started to do was she was bringing her loved one to the table by bringing a candle and placing it on the plate, which I thought was lovely,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's a great thought, a great sentiment to do that, to keep the memory alive, because they're with you in spirit. And then, a picture along with that too, which is really, really sensitive. A picture along with the candle. I thought that was wonderful. She said she just started doing that to give her some comfort, and the family as well. And your loved ones are everything in the world. You miss them. You do whatever it takes,
But another gesture that I've heard is leaving an empty seat at the table for that loved one who's not with you. So you are recognizing them, that they're there with you. Yeah.
just include them, there'll be tears, but there'll also be some remembrance and joy and a lot of wonderful stories that could be spoken about the individual.
Yes.
And even your fur babies, when it comes down to, you have family to share the holidays with, and let's just, go with the flow and know that it's going to be okay, as tough as it is. But it is the season to remember a lot of wonderful blessings.
And it is important to experience our feelings.
Yes.
So if you are feeling a little sadness, it's okay to feel that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's
we just don't want to dwell on that aspect of it, because that will bring you into a depression.
That you don't want.
Not healthy for you. So recognize that it's a feeling that you experience, and then try to take the focus off of that by, like I said, thinking of someone else who you would like to do something for, or remembering somebody else that's with you, or that can take the focus away from that for a while.
And it's hard because when you go shopping, you see the Christmas items and all that. It's the whole presence around you, but just listen truly to your friends and family. Truly listen, though. Don't just look at them. Listen with your heart. And when that happens, it just makes a world of difference. I've seen it happen on a regular basis, not just around the holidays. And trying not to make it negative, the financial stress, don't worry about that. Don't worry about family conflicts of any kind. Potential tension with family can happen due to whatever circumstances. But again, if we can overlap that and not look at it that way. Overindulgence with eating. That's a big one, because, you can't, it's right there in front of your face. How do you not overindulge, right? How do you not do that? I mean, excessive eat, well, not excessive, but it's like, ooh, if it's there in front of you, that's okay. Don't feel guilty about it.
Right. It's okay to taste it. Just don't want to fill yourself up to the point where you're uncomfortable.
I want the whole thing. I want the whole fun. No, and it's just yummy time, all the goodies and what have you. But and then again, getting back to the loneliness for some of us. All right, so we're feeling isolated, but when you have your family, just hang on to your family and friends, and we'll get you through it. We'll definitely get you through it. And be kind. That's a big one, right, Jim?
Yes.
Just be kind. It's always, give hope and encouragement to someone in need. Whether you know them or not, I'll give you an example. And this is really, it blew me out of the water. I was across the street at the Greater Gate, or it's a little market by the building. And I happened to open up the door for a gentleman who was getting out of his SUV, because I could see clearly that he was having a difficult time getting out. And he says, "Oh, you don't have to do it." I said, "Oh, don't worry about it." He walks in, and I guess his driver had just turned the SUV around. And the owner of the store knows me very well, and I guess he knew him very well. And he bought me a lottery ticket.
Oh, my goodness.
Opening up the door. And I said, "Oh, you don't have to do that." He goes, "Please, I insist."
How kind.
And, he says, I really appreciate what you did. I said, "Oh, my pleasure." I said, but I'm bringing that up to show you.
The gesture was just beautiful.
The gesture, right. I mean, the gesture alone was not necessary. Being kind. That's not what I meant. Like, you have to run around giving people lottery tickets or anything like that. Right. But it goes to show the integrity of an individual. It goes to show the true meaning of what kindness is about, So I hugged him. He was a stranger. I said, "Well, let me give you a hug." And he enjoyed that too. He was joking. He goes, "Well, don't let my wife see. She's in the SUV." We're both laughing. I said, "Don't worry about it." I said,
well, it's nice that he appreciated what you did for him.
Yeah, but I was expecting that.
He wanted to express his kind.
Yeah, and you show respect for. Yeah, oh, that was so sweet. But you show respect at all times. And that's very important. And, tell someone what you mean. They mean to you, and vice versa. That helps.
I find it interesting in New York, Ann's apartment elevator. The majority of people come onto elevators nowadays, and they're looking at their phone.
Oh,
they don't recognize anyone else in the elevator. So I purposely stand there, and I greet everyone as they come in the elevator. I say, "Good morning, good afternoon, how are you?" And I engage them in conversation, because
good for you. I love it.
it's I can't. The whole idea of standing there with someone and all they're doing is staring at a phone. I mean,
It's rude.
They could be doing that when they walk out of the elevator, before they got in the elevator. But why, while they're on the elevator, are they actually doing that? You know,
I agree 1,000,000% with you. Not 100%, 1,000,000%, because it just aggravates me because it's done so often, and it's one of my pet peeves. So
and we're all people. Why not interact? You're in the elevator with someone.
In an elevator, it's like,
yeah. So a lot of them have dogs, so they walk in with the dog. So I say, "Oh, what's his or her name?" And then we start talking about the dogs, and the dogs are so cute that tails are wagging, or they're just adorable. And then some of them, a lot of babies. I don't know if there's for some reason, there might be a baby boom because people are pulling into the elevators with strollers and carriages. So then I'll say, "Oh, what's his or her name?" And we start a conversation going. And it just helps with the feeling of humanity that you share with another person, rather than just standing there cold and indifferent, and you're living in the same building. My goodness, exchange some greetings with each other.
And to me, once again, I'm sorry, I think that's downright rude. I just don't feel the necessity of that. I've said that to Greg many of times. We'll be out at a restaurant and I'll say, "Would you look at that?" And it's like a husband and wife. I mean, I would imagine that I would have more respect for my husband, vice versa for your wife. I mean, you could do that when I'm in the shower. You could do that when I'm at work or wherever, but not like you said, have some consideration. No, absolutely. 'Tis a season, but also 'tis do the right thing. Do the right thing.
And it doesn't even have to just be the season. I mean, this is a time when giving is so omnipresent, but all throughout the year, that's what we want to do. Keep the humanity going forward.
Going forward, absolutely. And, feeling connected to others through the shared environment. That is like really a big thing.
It's a shared experience.
Decorations, and music. I have to laugh at a doctor's office. I see this quite often too. Remember the days when you had the magazines and you could sit there and flip through the magazines? Okay, I understand you're busy waiting, but I mean, every single person's on their cell phone.
They don't even have magazines anymore in a lot of them.
And I'm like, what happened to those days with the magazines? TV Guide, remember that?
That happened. I visited my ophthalmologist the other day for my annual checkup, and I walk in. There were 6 people in the waiting room. They were all on their phones. So I just sat there. I didn't have my phone with me. I purposely left it in the car, and I'm sitting there trying to smile at people when they walk by and give you some recognition. It's just, that whole idea of these people with their phones is just, they're too involved in it 24 hours a day. It's just, let them sleep with the phone by the bed. I mean, it's just too much.
Well, I'm guilty of that. And the reason why I keep it as I set my alarm, that way.
Well, that's different. Yeah,
that's why I do that. And I've learned though, just to shut her off at a certain time. And plus it's not good for the eyes. It's a little too much going on, but it can be it is. I mean, to me, if somebody said, "What do you think?" There's a lot of addictions in the world. But if I was asked, "What do you think is the worst addiction?" I'd say cell phones.
It's true.
That's how I feel because, I mean, it seems to take more precedence than anything else. I mean, I've seen people literally almost walk into a wall because they're so busy looking at what's on their cell phone. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand that.
I think some people would have separation anxiety from their phones nowadays if to tell them for 5 minutes not to look at the phone. My goodness.
I know. Well, we do have a lot of our important contact information on that, but still, I mean, that's one thing that'll set aside from what you said, just glancing and surfing. Right. That's a whole different ballgame. Yeah. So what are your plans for the holidays? Christmas?
Well, I'm not sure if we'll be at Angela's, my sister, or my niece yet, but we'll be all together with the family, which is wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. I love that.
I know.
I can't believe how my nephews and nieces are growing up. It's just amazing. The oldest is 16 now, Chase.
Wow.
And I still think of him when he was a little baby, where have the years gone?
I know. it's crazy. I know.
Caroline is 14. She's a young lady now. Christopher is 11 and John Michael is 9. And then in Philadelphia, I have my Timothy and Sean, and they're no longer babies either. So it's just amazing to see
Yeah.
these relatives grow up.
And they're good ages too.
We were together on Thanksgiving, which was beautiful.
Nice, yes. Yeah, we had a lovely Thanksgiving. Greg did an awesome job. He cooked like he always does, beautiful. And my brother and sister-in-law, my sister Holly, we were all together. It was lovely. It was very, very nice. And we're doing the same thing for Christmas as we do. And then, unfortunately, for our other family members, we're going to try to FaceTime everybody and start getting in the habit of that around the holidays. That would be a nice thing. That's the closest thing to being together. Let's put it that way.
Right.
We would love to be able to get together with everybody, but it's very impossible sometimes. It's not always convenient.
Did Greg cook a turkey?
Oh, yes, beautiful. And the thing is, I always say, is there enough? He says, oh, honey, look at this. So by the time, like, my brother and sister-in-law take their end, and then she brings her casserole, whatever, it doesn't matter. I always, is there enough? Because I do not like to see food go to waste.
Right.
And fortunately, after a couple of days, you're turkeyed out, and that's it. So like I said, okay, what are we going to do? Unfortunately, you have to throw a lot of it out. So I'm like, well, not a lot, but it was enough to where it's a shame. You don't want to see that. So it's always too much between the desserts and everything else.
I noticed the Salvation Army is outside the public supermarkets now again with the bells.
With their bells. Yeah. I love that.
The other morning here, for people who are not in Florida, it was down in the 40s and 50s, and those poor the Salvation Army workers are out there in that cold weather ringing that bell.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was thinking about you being in New York City, because there's really no place like New York come the holiday, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas. Beautiful. And me being born and raised in New York City, it's just, I miss that. And the lighting of the tree, we just enjoyed that so much the other evening. And I said, wow, you reminisce, you go back to those memories.
Yes.
And there's nothing like it. I mean, it's huge, the tree. And I remember as a young girl looking up at this thing, oh, what a monster. It's still humongous. It's so big. Beautiful.
Did you open your gifts Christmas morning or the night before when you were a child?
As a child, Christmas morning. As a child. As we got older, it was Christmas Eve, 1 or 2 gifts, and then the next day, the rest. And of course, as we got older, it was just Christmas Day,
Right.
Yeah. But because we realized that Santa Claus was there, yes, but not really, So.
Yeah, we opened Christmas morning also.
Also, it was just Christmas morning no matter what. But, and again, the excitement. So my parents said, okay, 1 to 2 gifts. That's fine. No problem. So that was enough to calm us down with the excitement. It was not knowing what's inside gifts. Did Santa give us everything? Did we get everything that we were supposed to get in our minds that we wanted to get, not supposed to get? But yeah, it's the mind of a child. It's incredible,
I remember how excited I was when I received a tape recorder. Remember those reel-to-reel, those little tape recorders?
Oh, sure.
I guess it was the time when they had developed the portable type.
Right.
And my parents were so thoughtful that they got, and I was just so enamored with it. The whole day I was recording voices, their voices, all the voices.
I know, right? You get so excited. My father had one of those. Oh my goodness, great. The 8mm. Oh, I look back, remember the Polaroid cameras, everything. Technology has changed immensely. Now we just record on our cell phones, right?
I'm just sorry I didn't keep my father's voice because he passed away, shortly after that. And I don't really have his voice anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate I didn't think to save it for any reason. But anyway.
Well, he's in your heart. He's in your mind. And you know what he sounds like. And he's with you always. Yes. And you have to enjoy those decorations, music, and the holiday traditions that you grew up with, no matter what.
What's your favorite Christmas hymn?
Silent Night.
Yeah, that's I love that.
I love Silent Night. I adore that. I love them all. In fact, we're going to be doing some hymns this Christmas, and I just enjoy caroling. Silent night,
it's just so very calming. Just a beautifully calming.
All is calm, all is bright. Young virgin mother and child, holy and so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly sleep. Sleep Sleep in heavenly peace. I meant to
This is
say
beautiful.
but
Beautiful.
it sends chills. That's why I had to sing that. So that's always been. And a nice another one is "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." I
Yeah.
love that. "Oh Come All Ye Faithful."
Yes.
Beautiful. My number one would be "Silent Night," though. It sends chills. It really does. And I truly hope the weather's going to be nice and chilly, so it can
Well,
send more chills down my spine.
we've had some the past week, so hopefully it'll continue.
Yes.
I saw those cold fronts coming down from up north.
I know. I remember June just ending, saying, "Oh, here we go, hurricane season." Guess what? Now we're almost to the end.
It's over. Yeah, hurricane season's over.
I know. It just feels great. You get to open the windows, and you have that cross ventilation going on.
Yeah.
It's just lovely with the lights. And I've noticed a lot of our neighbors are just decorating beautifully. I just love watching the decorations. They're fabulous.
Yeah, one of my neighbors
are just incredible.
One of my neighbors has it's a video show on the outside of the house where it's all different images that they constantly change. It's just
beautiful. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I think it's a monitor that they set up, and it's a sensor that goes off, and I think it's a remote. I've never used one, but I've heard and I've seen, and I've often been curious, and I think it just sits in one spot, but it just turns. It's a robotic.
You know what's beautiful about that? You don't have to string up a lot of lights.
Which is nice. That's a lot of work. Yeah.
And in fact, they have 3 of them going at the same time. They have one on the side of the house which has a big wall. Then there's a sort of like a corner area where they have another one going, and then they have another one on the front of the house. So but when you pull into our community, it's right there, and it's just it just lifts.
That is so pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, I agree. They used to have, it's been some time, many years already, but remember the National Enquirer in Lantana? Yes. They used to have the Christmas Spectacular, Christmas Wonderland, I think is what they called it. And myself, my mom, we used to go, and I just enjoyed that so much. You literally felt like you were in like the North Pole,
Yes.
Well, they did a very good job.
You might want to go to West Palm Beach where they have the sand tree. Remember?
Yes, they just put
right along Flagler Drive at Clematis. It's a beautiful tree made of 40 feet tall. All this sand.
All that sand, right?
Yes.
And they do that every year.
Until New Year's Eve. So you might want to take a little ride there. It'll get you in the spirit with the beautiful lights. Yeah. And they have a lot of activities going on there too. And then the Ben Hotel is right nearby there where they have the ice skating rink now.
I saw that.
Yes.
Oh, so gosh. To ice skate again would be just beautiful. I used to do that a lot growing up. We used to go ice skating. Remember the 4 blades when you were learning training, Yes. Yeah.
I like that a lot better than the 2 blades.
I'll tell you, I agree with you there. I'll take my tricycle over the 2-wheeler too. Oh my goodness, children at heart, right? I'll tell you, we were just discussing how we're going to do the cooking for Christmas this year, and it's just so nice, to be able.
What does Greg make for Christmas normally?
Christmas Eve, he puts an Italian dish, and it's usually either baked ziti or something of that, or a lasagna. But this year, what he's doing is stuffed shells with meatballs, rolls, and a salad. Christmas morning, he's doing French toast sticks with scrambled eggs and cheese and juice and whatever. And Christmas night for dinner, we're having prime rib.
Wow.
And baked ham.
Wow.
And also my sister-in-law's beautiful broccoli souffle, which we all love so much. So she does a great job with that. And it seems like a lot, and it is, but it's out of love, and we all get to share it and thank God for it. And that doesn't mean you're eating all day long and picking your. But yeah, it's nice. And I said to Greg, it would be nice if we went out someplace for a change. But you know what? It's just how I feel. I feel that when you're at home, the family spirit is there.
Right.
And not that there's
you have your beautiful tree. You'll have your beautiful tree there.
And the lights and all that. Yeah, the ambiance is so nice. Either way.
And the Christmas carols playing.
And I will be singing. I will be singing. I already said to my sister-in-law, get ready. My brother, he knows, and my sister, well, it doesn't matter. It's just fun. You do that and you just celebrate the love and light of each other and the Christmas spirit. 'Tis the season. So, and the community spirit, but nobody goes around caroling anymore.
Right. Well, Santa Cruz will be making an appearance this year.
I know Santa Cruz. Oh, Santa Cruz is on his way, on his sleigh. And you're going to share and the celebration.
Yes.
You do a great job. You really do.
It's fun.
I was thinking about the shopping too. I mean, that's another thing. Why does it have to be so stressful? Let's not make it stressful. That's what they call it. Christmas is it should be eventful. It should be just that it's the principle. It's the thought that counts. It shouldn't be, let's get stressed out. I don't understand crowds, long lines, and I'm over that. I don't want to do that. I mean, I have difficulty finding the perfect gift. It's the thought that counts. It's not a matter of, gee, how much, how many, whatever. And I refuse to get stressed out any longer. I just will not do that.
Good for you. You finally came to the conclusion. Reduce the stress.
Less is best, and it's a thought. It comes from the heart, and that's it.
Yes.
So, another thing, the song that I was telling you about, la 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 la
la la la.
I did a little research, and the phrase is it's in 1862.
Wow.
Christmas Carol, Deck the Halls. The song dates back to the 16th century. It wasn't always associated with Christmas.
Really?
The melody comes from a Welsh winter called Nos Galan. Have you heard? Nos Galan, which is actually about New Year's Eve.
Oh.
So 'tis the season. I was interested in that. So let me just check out why is it 'tis the season. And the song, of course, Deck the Halls came to mind. And in this, it does say 'tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. All these little tidbits, very interesting.
Yes, thank you for sharing that with us.
Deck the halls, everybody. You want to sing it?
Sure.
Do you have the lyrics?
Yes.
Here we go. All right, everybody, sing along. I have my tambourine.
Okay.
Oh, deck the halls
with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la.
'Tis
the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la.
We now are
gay apparel. Fa la 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 la.
Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. La 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 la. See the blazing Yule
before us. La 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 la.
Strike the harp and join the chorus.
La 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 la.
Follow me in merry measure. La la la
la la la la.
While I tell of Yuletide treasure. La 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 la. Fast away the old year passes. La 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 la
la la la.
Hail the new year, lads and lasses. La 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. La 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather. La 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 la. La la la. You probably didn't think that was going to end, did you?
Brava.
All the fun la la la's. La 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 la. I love that's a fun song, isn't it?
It is. It puts you in a great mood.
Yeah. And that's what I follow la la say. La la la.
Well, what a difference a day makes.
What a difference a day does make, Jim. And the difference is you, my dear Jim.
You.
All of our viewers. We love
yes.
you all. We love our families so much. And again, the good, the bad, whatever's happening in your lives right now, let's come together and share it together and pray for each other and make sure that we all understand that, we're here for each other. It's not, it's a moment, and it's these will pass. These too shall pass, all what's happening in our lives and the world. So just think positive, stay strong, and pray. That is the strongest thing you could do for yourself and for your family. And you'll get through it.
We have to keep our horizons bright.
Your horizons bright. And without that, the song, here comes that tambourine one more time. What a difference
a day makes.
24
little hours
brought the sun and the flowers. Where there
There
used
used to be rain.
what a
What a
difference
difference a
a
day
day makes. And the difference is you
you,
and you
you,
and you
you,
and you.
you,
My
you.
finger, oh, my finger. You and you, or whatever. It's
All our viewers make a difference.
You most certainly do. And this has been fun. Jim and I haven't done a show in a while, and we're with you whether it's live or StreamYard. You know how that goes, everybody.
Yes.
Enjoy spending time with you, and we just truly wish you all the very best. Happy holidays. Stay safe. God bless you all. And until
we see each other, keep your
again,
horizons. Keep
fa
your
la la la
horizons. La 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 la.
la. Love to all.
Yes, thank you all, viewers. We'll see you soon.
Love you, Jim. Bye bye.
Love you.